Let's do a general message. It's been a little bit since we've done one, and I feel like we need one. I was going to continue doing zodiacs, and I was like, no, I need a general. I need a general. Whew. Go to the general and save some time. Isn't that a commercial? Okay, anyway, we'll look it up in a second. General message. I just need one. I feel like the energy is similar for a lot of us signs. I mean, yes, it's different, but I think that there's a portion of the collective that are experiencing what I'm about to explain to you. And this could very well be you that's experiencing this. And then there's a portion of the collective that is not experiencing the same thing and kind of wondering what's going on with you. Or those of you who are experiencing it. There's a lot of clearing of the throat for me lately. There's a lot of dreams coming through for me. There's a lot of almost head fog, but not really though. Lots of, what it feels like to me is re-identifying oneself. Not necessarily feeling as if we connect with the life or even those, some, or maybe a group of whatever that we have known thus far. Does that make sense? Like, I don't identify with this anymore, whatever this means. It is a rebirth. It's a new start. It's wanting to have a new start. It's a fresh start. There is a bit of ending energy to it. There is destruction to it, but it's not like look how chill I am. Like, I'm very chill. I'm almost so chill that I don't even want to talk about it. Like, isn't that odd? There's almost a laziness to it. Like, I don't feel the need to explain. That's the vibe. I don't feel the need to explain. I'm just changing. Does a butterfly or does a caterpillar go tell all of its caterpillar friends before it goes into the cocoon and decides to become a butterfly? Like, hey, I'll be back, guys. I'm just going to come back very differently. No, it usually just goes and does its own thing. You know, do I need to tell you when it's almost like that, because maybe you feel like they won't get it. Like, maybe you feel like if you explain the transition you're experiencing and what you're going through psychologically, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, they won't get it. Who are they? I don't know. Maybe it's a person, only one. Maybe it's a current partner. Maybe it's a family. Maybe it's a religious organization. I said religious. Maybe it is people you work for or with or something like that. You're like, they won't get it. It's almost like I don't recognize myself as this. I'll use an example. I don't recognize myself anymore as a wife. Does that mean I'll never be a wife again? No. But do I identify with that? Do I identify with how much I used to want it and like dream of it? Absolutely not. Not at all. One could say it's from trauma or this and that. Who knows? Maybe it is. Maybe it's a mixture of a lot of things. It doesn't matter what it's from. It's just, this is me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of you could be on the other side of the experience. You could be on the other side of learning, meaning you've learned it. Okay, this would be where you may find yourself, even if, let's say there's someone around you and they're hell-bent on something, and you see yourself as that person, like, that used to be me. You may keep it quiet. You may be silent about it. You may not even tell them because you know that they have a right to have what they want or whatever. But inwardly, you may be thinking, that used to be also a dream that I wanted, and now I'm just different. Like, I don't resonate with it. You're going to find that you don't resonate with something anymore. Maybe you were always the one who was, you would shrink behind a man. Now, you can be a man watching this, but you know what I'm saying. I've talked about this before. You wouldn't be the leader. You always needed someone. Now you're like, I don't really need anyone, especially romantically. Friends, fine. Real ones, though, and those are also rare. You know, things like that. Maybe you were always like, I need to have a family. I have to have a family, and now you're like, I'm quite fine on my own. I love it, actually. Now that I've had a taste of what it feels like to get to know myself on an intimate level, on a personal level, I love myself like this. Maybe you always wanted a group of friends, or you always wanted to fit in. I've also been there. And then you get to a place where you're like, now what you identify with is very much individuality. I love being different. I don't want to be known as, oh, this is the girl that hangs out in that type of a group, or she's this. I don't want to. I'm not a clique. I don't want to be in a clique. I don't want to be known for having a certain title, like, oh, this is me as Church of Christ. This is me as the wife of so-and-so. This is me of the, maybe I still have certain things that will still be a type of my identity, but I just don't resonate with it anymore. There are things, and so in when you find yourself no longer identifying with a certain lifestyle or a way that you were living, or even people or a person or whatever, there will be broken hearts. There will be disappointment. Not on your behalf, but on other people. It will upset them. There will be, because there's endings in that. There's endings. And you may be totally fine with it, but others may not understand. It feels like you're pulling away. It feels like you're fine with pulling away because you're happiest there. Whatever you're pulling away from, whatever you're turning your back on, you're not doing it abruptly. You're not doing it hatefully. You're not doing it forcefully or cruelly. You're not being evil. You're not even doing it demanding. Like, I demand my individuality. No. You're just like, this is what I want now. And I no longer resonate with what I used to want. I no longer resonate with the choices I used to make. With the choices that I'll say this. Well, there's so many things I could say. There's so many things I could say about things that I used to see and believe. And I mean, like, strictly, like, strong. And I'm wondering, like, did that ever come from me, or was it just the way that I was raised to believe, or, what society taught me was normal, and now I'm just like, I just see things so different now. If I wasn't weird before, which I was, I'm definitely weird now. I'm definitely an outcast now. I definitely don't fit in now, and I never did. Now I'm super fucking out there. It's just like, whatever. But I embrace it now, whereas before I didn't. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Detached. Do you feel really detached lately? But not in a depressing type sad way, like, usually when you think of the word detached, or outcast, or like you don't connect. Usually that can make us quite sad when that happens, I don't feel that. I don't feel that at all. I feel that whoever's feeling detached or will be experiencing this detached type energy is coming from a place of, I want to be detached from it because I no longer resonate with it. I don't want to be seen as that. I don't want to be known as that. And will people still see you as that? Yes. Will people still want you as that? Yes. Will they still try to say that's who you are? Yes, because people don't like change. People are very uncomfortable with it. But you yourself are like, it doesn't matter. They can say and think what they want. They can feel what they want. What's that saying? People will never forget, or people will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel, or something like that. They're going to feel what they feel. Someone may feel very upset because you're basically taking your life back. Someone may feel very upset because now you no longer identify with a homemaker, or now you no longer identify with, twin flames, or whatever it is you no longer identify with. It doesn't mean you're going around shitting on anybody else's beliefs, though, because that's very different. So it's not like you're telling other people how to believe. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't feel just like destructive. It doesn't feel destructive. No, it feels tamed. Tamed is the wrong word here. It feels gentler. It just feels like it is what it is. It's a soft no, whereas before we may have went out guns blazing with things. It's a soft no thank you, or I would never make that decision again. Like if someone were to ask you, would you do this again, or do you have any regrets, your answer may be very hard to hear. It may be very destructive. It may hurt really fucking bad to others, but you mean it. You mean every bit of it, and you will not give it in an aggressive manner. The answer will be very gentle but harsh. Some of you may decide, and you're like, if we have other lifetimes, if we do. I mean, there's no way of really knowing, is there? We could say we know, but is there really? We don't know. So if we have lifetimes, like, we have to come back to this fucking bitch. If we have to come back to this damn planet, let's just say we do, okay? Then you may be like, if I have a say, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write a little letter up to the council in the skies. And I'm going to say, Lucy in the sky with diamonds, hey, if I come back to this bitch-ass place, I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen. This to happen, this to happen, this to happen, this to happen, this to happen. That is, of course, if we have a say-so, which I don't think we do. But if we do, and if we do reincarnate and we come back, which, I mean, I think it's a possibility, hell yeah, you know, then we should be able to say no, 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 no. And we can opt out. It sounds like opting out, but either way, we can't worry about that. We can only deal with the right now. And right now, some of you are deciding, it's like it's your second chance in life. Now you can't redo, you can't like undo the decisions you've made. You can't. They've been made. We've made our bed and we are lying in that bitch. We're lying in it so long, we're getting spiritual sores. We're getting bed spiritual fucking sores. And in that means we've learned our damn lessons. With pain after pain after pain after cycle after cycle after cycle of hard learned fucking lessons, right? Are you going through that? Because I'm going through it. And then you sit here and you sit back and you're like, boy, I'm just a big disappointment to everyone and I'm okay with it. Because everything that I thought I was before, everything that I thought I knew before, everything I thought I wanted before, the beliefs and all that, I don't believe it anymore. I don't have it anymore. I don't even recognize myself. I don't know who that person was other than programmed. Just a programmed individual who is now free to think on their own. I mean, there's songs about it. Look at the artist that writes songs. There's been so many artists that write songs and say or allude to them killing their former self. You know? Like an artistic way of saying, I killed her or I killed him. The me in there who wanted all these things before, who believed all these things before, who allowed all these things before. I don't even recognize that bitch or that man. I'm very different now. Like, you could be feeling very detached, guys. Very detached and very distant from people that you once felt very close for. But you're like, this isn't my truth. This isn't how I want to go out. This isn't how I want to die. This isn't how I saw my life being. It's how I thought I saw my life being, because this is what was fashioned before me in society or by my family or by my religion or by my faith or, you know, same thing. All of it. But me being me now, knowing I am who I truly, fully am, this isn't my fucking identity. But it is your identity now because it's from the decisions that, you know what I'm saying? So you could be feeling kind of distant, but that doesn't mean you're just going to shuck your responsibilities. You're going to give up on things. What it does mean, though, is that you are wiser now. You're wiser now. And so what you would have replied before, you may reply differently now. I'm going to give an example. This would be like someone who, they get really excited because they're like, I think I'm going to get married. I found the love of my life and we're going to get married. And whereas you have a person on the outside who may be thinking, that's great. Are you happy? Yeah, I'm very happy. This is what I want. And so you don't say anything because, again, this isn't about fucking shitting on anybody else. They have a right to feel how they feel and want what they want for their life. And for them, it may be right. Doesn't mean it's right for you anymore. Maybe you've been there, done that. Maybe you just realized that it wasn't something you would have ever chosen before, but because you had seen other people do it, that's what you thought you had to do. Anyway, so then the person ends up asking you again and again, like, what do you think about it? And you're like, can I ask you a question? Why do you keep asking me, how do I feel about you getting married? It doesn't matter how I feel about it. It matters what you feel about it. But if you want my true opinion, I don't have one. Only you are going to know what is right for you. But if I could say anything, I would say, make sure you're the one making the decision and not what's been fashioned before you. Not what you think that you have to do. Make sure it's really you that is deciding what you are deciding. And not the fact that your mom and dad did it. Or your brother and sister, or your neighbors, or your ancestors. That's when you'll know. Doesn't matter what I fucking think. I'm not you. I'm not in your life. And for some people, I think they're meant to. I think that's their truth, their story, you know, but you have to make sure it's for you. You know what I mean? This is an individual who's not trying to push their beliefs or what they know now in life, the freedom they feel now in life. They're not trying to push that on anyone else. They're not saying, because this is something that I see now, doesn't mean that you have to see it that way. But this is just how I see. You know, maybe you had kids really young, and your children come to you and they say, I want to have children really young. And you may say, make sure you're the one making that decision. Just make sure you're the one making that decision. And not what I've fashioned before you. Because I thought that's what I had to do. Or because I made certain decisions. Like, make sure whoever is making the decision for you and whatever is influencing the decision that you're about to make or that you want to make for your life, make sure that it is you. You. And then you would have to know who you really are in order to know if it's you making that decision. Doesn't matter what I think. But it could hurt people when they hear that, you know. It could be like, you know, people may feel like you regret them. They may feel like you regret them, or that you regret something, you know. Like, let's say you have someone here who always wanted to be a caretaker, but they have a very different life. Maybe they have someone who takes care of them all the time. Like, they don't have to work and they don't have to do this. And so they're able to be a complete caretaker for the family, but you may see yourself more freely. Like, you don't want to be at home doing that. You don't mind taking care of the family, but you still want to live your life. You still want to go out there and do your own thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So you may hurt someone's feelings because they may be thinking like you don't love them, or you something, but you're like, what it really, all it is that you've just seen that they chose their life and they had every right to do that. They chose their path. This is what they said they wanted. And yet one time you may have thought that you wanted the same thing, but it isn't what you want. And you know it's not what you want. What you want, for those that will resonate with this video, is freedom and your life back. You want to be able to make the decisions and the choices and the moves in your life that you and only you are making. Not anything that has influenced you to make those choices. This is someone who knows themselves now for the first time in life. This is what I want to do. I mean, we came here to do that, right? We came to this planet to figure out who we are as individuals. Why are we here? What are our many purposes? Because we've definitely got more than one. And what is it and how is it that we want to go out? How is it that we want to live our life while we're here? Why do we always have to take on what our families have done and what society says is acceptable and what they do? Why is everyone doing the same thing? I never asked this question before, and so I fell into line. I fell into line and did everything that society does. I fell into it. And somehow, some way, something ripped me the fuck out of it. But only after having walked the path of falling into it. So now I can clearly say, especially to those who are just starting out on their journey, don't look around you for the answers. Look inside of you. Because you will be disappointed as you age and as you get older when you realize that those, or it, or whatever that made those choices for you wasn't you at all. This is you. You have to question a lot of things in this life. Why is everyone doing the same thing? Why is everyone doing similar things? Why does everyone think that we have to go out with a partner? Why does everyone think we have to get married? Why does everyone think we have to have sex? Why does everyone think we have to have children? Why does everyone think we don't have to have children? Why does everyone think we have to have presidents? Why does everyone think we have to vote? Why does everyone think we have to fucking have a religion and a faith? Why does everyone think that we have to believe in one way, blah, blah, blah? Why does everyone think we have to own a house to be anything important? Why does everyone think that we... Do you ever question these things? Because we never did before. Someone had to first start it. And then everyone did it. They see it works for so-and-so over here, so it's like it must be something that would work for me. Why, though? Why? That's their story. And maybe that's how they're supposed to be. Maybe that's their story. We're all inspired by someone else. That's why we're all doing similar things. If you think about it. This is like going down the motherfucking rabbit hole. This is people going down the rabbit hole. This is Virgo energy like a motherfucker. This is Virgo energy, and then you've got that Pisces energy underneath it that's causing people to really ask the fucking questions and to feel and to be like, it's like bowing out gracefully. Somebody's bowing out gracefully like, thank you. Like life done beat them the fuck up in the ring. Done beat them up. This person's black and blue. Their face is bloody. Their eyes are swollen. They got their head, their fucking dome is completely swollen. Everything's just mangled. Life's done mangled the fuck out of us. And we're in that ring like a bitch, right? We're in that ring getting tossed to and fro. Just all these, no, I think I'm going to go this way and I'm going to run to this side of the court. And then they fuck you up over there. I mean, you're fucked up every which way you go. Now, some people are lucky to go through this life, or is it lucky, or maybe it's unfortunate, to not experience that many fuck ups in life, and to not experience that many ass whoopings from the universe. But a lot of us, we do. And then when we get there, we're like, wait a second. Why am I even in this ring? Oh, I don't have to be? I can watch it from the audience? Okay, well, goodbye. So you step out of the motherfucking ring. I don't want to be in it. I don't want to do it. What do I want to do? Well, I don't really know at this point. I'm just kind of figuring it out. But not because I'm figuring out what everybody else is doing and if it's okay for them. I'm wondering what's right with me and for me. I'm just kind of playing with things like I did on this wall yesterday. Just started fucking with the shit on the wall. Ended up being something, then ended up being something else. And I mean, I never really quite know, but I just kind of figure it out as I go. And it's what works for me. It's just kind of like, I'm bored. Let's throw it the fuck up there. This is dryer lint. Dryer fucking lint. Dryer lint. And I basically tea leafed the whole ass fucking wall behind me. Tea leaf this bitch. Like, you know how you do tea leaf, you know, divination, looking at tea leaves and you can get a whole story out of it? Same thing. But I did it on the fucking wall. Didn't even know I was doing it. I just was bored of the fucking wall because it was just a plain ass white cream colored wall. Swiss coffee. And so I put this shit up on the wall because I have a whole bag of it. I save it all. In fact, I have more. It's right here. Look, trash bag. You think I'm playing? This whole fucking bag is full of dryer lint because survival. You know what I'm saying? You never know when you're going to need it to light a fire or whatever. All kinds of fucking dryer lint. Look at this shit. Okay? Whole ass bag. It's like I'm Santa up in this bitch. That's full of dryer lint. I'm going to do a whole wall full of art. Okay? Yeah. Anyway, it's making me itch. So I got creative yesterday and I started feeling like, you know, why not put dryer lint on the wall? That's how I feel about life right now. Like, I want to do what I want to fucking do. And when I get a wild hair at my ass, I just want to do it. And it may be kind of questionable to others. It may be like even painful and hurtful to others. Like, why are you walking away from this? Why are you doing this? Do you not, you know, I mean, I remember whenever I got divorced, I was asked the question, did you never really feel it? And I'm like, did I never really feel it? First of all, did your infidelity ever feel it? And second of all, it's just not me. It's not fucking me. Come here, mama, come here. It's what I thought I had to do. It's what I thought we do when we come to this planet. Some people you will find, if you're in this energy, they may wonder if you are even happy around them or with them, or if you regret them in some way, if you regret being with them or whatever, ever having met them. And maybe you do. Some of you might. But inwardly, it could also just be as simple as, you know what? I just was a very different person when I made those decisions. Or maybe you didn't make a decision, but you were forced to make no other decision. You had no choice in the matter. Either way, are you eating my hair? That's nasty. Don't do that. It gets your belly scratched. And who you are now is just a different person. You would make very different choices. You cracked your belly. So yeah, that's the message for today, guys. I hope I made sense. I think this is actually a really beautiful time. I think it's a beautiful energy that we're in. And I feel you as an individual now rather than feeling you as blending in with the rest of society. Have you ever seen that? You know what I'm seeing in my mind's eye? You ever seen those little toys you can get at science fairs or like science museums where you push the pins down with your hand and the handprint comes through? Like you push your hand down into the pins and that where your hand wasn't, the pins go up, right? It's like an indentation, an indent of your hand, kind of like when you get a mold of your teeth for like braces or Invisalign or something like that, or a crown, anything like that. I see that. I see people like, imagine all of humanity standing in a row in the whole entire world, and those who dare to make their own choices, truly make their own choices. They are being pushed forward right now. And there's a liberation to it. There's a freeness to it. There's a feeling of... But then those that you're walking away from, or that you're being pushed, almost pushed away from, energetically sifted from, they could feel a little upset. They could feel like you regret them, or you're not happy with them, or you aren't with them in some way, or something like that. And it's not necessarily that. It's just who chose to stand in that line to begin with is someone very different than you are today. If it ain't hair, it's lint, or it's cat hair, or something flying around. You get what I'm saying. So yeah, I had to do this general message. I was like, we need to do it. It's deep. It's a lot. I feel there's so much in somebody's mind right now, and this is why I couldn't finish the zodiacs, well, yet, because I was like, okay, I feel like a lot of people going through this. Actually, there's like a certain lift in humanity, in humankind. There's this elevation. At the same time, a descent in consciousness. That's what it feels like. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to take her out. She's getting a little wild over there. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.